to Big Rev Reacts. We have a bang, 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 titty, 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 bang, bang for you. We're talking about 45 minutes of corrupt police getting destroyed in court. We're talking about paying the ultimate price, getting some life in prison. You know, it's we look around and man, police officers need accountability is starting to grow. It's not enough yet, but it's starting to grow. And hopefully more and more police are starting to get it. Like, hey, we need to start acting right. Wasn't for body cams and YouTube. YouTube is playing a huge role in this change. So let's go. Let's get it.
Is that something that you do? Provide a lot of warnings for students. Yes, ma'am. I get it right. I eat hard and I turn around and maybe write another 150 warnings. So this became a habit of yours. Yes, ma'am. You are not the law.
Let's stop that for a minute here. My thing fell off here. I don't know why or what. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how this thing even came off, man. I apologize to my folks here. This is weird. I didn't know it was hooked up like that. That's weird. All right, chat. I think we good. The heck is wrong with this thing, man? I think we're good, chat.
Don't interpret the law. Don't enforce the law. They're not above the law.
From corrupt officers walking into court believing they'll escape accountability to a moment where the evidence completely destroys their story. Watch how everything turns against them fast.
I told you, don't do anything stupid. Not try to deceive me, defy me. You will not like the consequences.
Ooh.
Today is that day.
Man, he's not playing.
What started as a routine investigation by the Indiana State Police quickly unraveled into a scandal straight out of a crime drama. Detectives accused Jamie.
Hang on, I gotta get my light. Sorry.
$5 million in taxpayer money, lifestyle suits, luxury cars, cigars, and even his own private system. The accusation hit hard and fast. Noel was immediately stripped of his duties and slammed with 25 criminal charges, marking the beginning of a spectacular fall from grace.
Booyah! Booyah!
Corrupt business influence is level 5 felony.
You get those muscles on, baby.
About a period of time, November the 9th, 2018, August the 16th, 2023, Clark County, state of Indiana, you did knowingly or intentionally through a pattern of racketeering activity, acquire or maintain,
What?
or indirectly, an interest in or control of property or enterprise contrary to formal statute in such case may be corrupt. Count 2, theft is a level 5 felony.
Man.
Would indicate that pursuant to Indiana Code 35-44.1, 2-1, that owner of Mount Code 2021 in Washington. Clark County.
This guy had a lot of stuff.
Knowingly or intentionally exert unauthorized control over the property of Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association Chevrolet Corvette with a specific VIN number $92,000 for a 2020 Mercedes-Benz S-Class 450 with a specific VIN number and registered said Mercedes in your own name. Between January the 2nd, 2019 and October the 10th, 2019, Clark County, state of Indiana, did knowingly or intentionally exert unauthorized control over the property of Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association. You then personally sold said that for $83,000.
Whoa!
$83,760
What? This dude's laundering money, man. This sheriff is dirty.
35-43-4-2.
No,
This
he's.
scandal didn't stop with Jamie
Oh
Knoll.
man.
Prosecutors also filed multiple charges against his wife, Misty Knoll, and his daughter, Casey Knoll. What's even more shocking is how long Knoll allegedly managed to operate under the radar.
In for a 2012 Porsche Panamera of the specific cause number and title said Porsche in your own name. That on September the 12th, 2022, sold said Porsche for $32,000 to a car dealership and deposited said funds into your own personal account on September the 14th, 2022. Count 5, theft, that's 11,600. We would indicate that between December the 2nd, 2020, and September the 28th, 2022, Clark County,
Man.
you did only
Holy moly.
unauthorized control of the property of Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association. You traded Utica owned vehicle in for a 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air specific VIN number and title said Chevrolet in your own name. September the 27th, 2022, you sold said Chevrolet
What?
$39,500 Kenny Eubanks and deposited said funds into your own personal bank
Man.
on September the 28th, 2022. Count 6 would indicate that between August the 31st, 2022 and September the 14th, 2022, Clark County, state of Indiana, you did knowingly or intentionally exert unauthorized control of the property of Utica Volunteer Firefighters Association. On or about August the 16th, 2023, in Clark County, state of Indiana, you did knowingly or intentionally alter, damage, or remove any record, document, or thing with the intent to prevent it from being used, produced as evidence.
Is there anything this guy didn't do? Man. Chat. Sorry, I'm eating a little bit. I don't understand. This dude has like 50 charges, man. And if you notice, a lot of it is money. Man, this dude must have been bankrolling the city for, man, millions.
In the official proceeding or investigation that being you factory reset your phone on the arrival of the Indiana State Police.
What?
Jamie Knoll sat in the courtroom showing little to no emotion as the judge carefully went through all 15 charges stacked against him. Meanwhile, the atmosphere inside the court grew increasingly tense as prosecutors pushed hard to keep the former sheriff behind bars without bond, arguing that the allegations against him were far too serious to ignore.
You, in your capacity as Clark County Sheriff and public servant, did knowingly or intentionally assign to Rodney Walker, an employee under your supervision, duties that were not related to the operation of the governmental agency that you serve, that being sheriff. Assign Walker duties on your personal property, rental property, father-in-law,
Man.
homeowner, property, unit, fire department. And count 15.
Jesus.
Official misconduct is a license felony. 2018 and December the 31st, 2022, in Clark County, state of Indiana. You, public servant, have been sheriff of Clark County, knowingly or intentionally committed offense in the performance of your official duties, that being post employment, sheriff of Clark County,
Wow.
relating to recreation. Mr. Knoll, the first 3 counts are level 5 felonies, which have a range of imprisonment 1 year to 6 years, with the advisory sentence of 3 years, up to a $10,000 fine. Counts 4 through 15 are all level 6 felonies, which have a range of
He ain't tripping on the money. He got money.
jail for treated as a misdemeanor to 2.5 years in the Indiana Department of Corrections, with the advisory sentence being 1 year, up to a $10,000 fine. You understand what you've been charged with? Yes, Your Honor. Understand the potential penalties? Yes, Your Honor. The next question is usually you intend to hire a lawyer, have counsel secret. I need to tell you, you have a right to a speedy public trial by jury in this county, at least till the initial hearing. So I now want to take up the issue of bond. Mr. Herman?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would ask the court to consider, and I believe it is required that the court consider the factors set forth in 3533.84, the amount of bail, entry of order, endorsement on warrant, and legal order, factors relevant to risk of non-appearance. So the state would ask the court to take a look at that. Specifically, the state points the court to subsection 7, the nature and the gravity of the offense and potential penalty faced. The defendant, as the court just read, is subject to 15 counts, 15 felonies, 3 of which are level 5 felonies,
Man.
which are level 6 felonies.
Woo.
The state believes the gravity and the nature of the offense is significant here and would ask the court to consider those in determining.
Hell yeah, keep him in
The state would
jail.
also point out the defendant owns his own plane and has access to a
What?
plane that certainly allows him to come and go outside the state.
Wait a minute. This is a small town sheriff. This guy owns his own plane? Oh, this guy's corrupt. He don't make that much money. He might make maybe 200,000 a year. Let's see, maybe 250. Maybe that. Maybe not even that. That's a bigger city. This dude's doing something dirty. He's probably making way more than 250,000 a year. He's not. He's doing it dirty. I'm talking dirty. He owns a plane. You know how much a plane is? Even a small plane? Yeah. He's not spending $1 million on a plane unless he got the hookup. Yeah, he's doing like Preludes and he's dropping off bricks. You know what I'm saying? He's doing bricks. You know, he drops a few bricks here, drops a few bricks there. You know, he make him a meal, you know, real easy. That's why he going to prison. This dude is no good. He's corrupt. He's put a lot of innocent people in jail. I guarantee you, he's put a lot of good people in jail while he's doing the same dirt, He probably put somebody in jail in the last week, the same stuff he's doing. Guaranteed. Boys, man's a hypocrite. And yeah, he needs to stay in jail. What do you think? Stay in jail or take the risk, him getting in this plane and taking off? I'm gonna tell you straight up, if it was us, it was you, if it was me, a brown boy, a black man, a Mexican man, brown man, dark man, those type of men. Yeah, we ain't getting none of that. We're going to jail. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, and if they did do it, they ridiculous price. 10 million to get out. You know what I'm saying? Knowing we ain't got it. That's what they need to do to him. Yeah, we'll give him a bill. Since he got so much money. $2 million cash right now. Cash.
At his leisure.
The fact that a sheriff somehow owns a private
cash, boy.
Has $75,000 sitting in a trust account with his attorney tells you pretty much everything you need to know about how this story is going to end. The defense then called Indiana risk assessment to the stand.
So first, Judge, we all know that bond issues require evidence, and as we know, what lawyers say is not evidence. I've seen no evidence. We call it risk taking to the stand, Judge.
What?
We agree that when you looked at the charges filed, Mr. Cole's not charged with murder, correct? Nor is he charged with treason. They're not violable offenses in Indiana, right? The only way you keep somebody in jail without bond in Indiana is if they're murder and treason, correct? And in fact, when you review his criminal history, you determine familiar with Indiana Trial Rule 26, correct? Which is what makes you have to do this, right? So in considering your recommendation, or what the IRS says, the reasoning should be that no bond for arrest, or excuse me, for murder or treason, correct? Doesn't apply, right? No bond for someone who has pre-trial detention in other places or is on probation parole, correct? The finding is that he has a zero risk of flight, correct?
Be a low risk of flight score 0 on the IRS.
And with having scored a 0, we agree that the Indiana pretrial release rule says that he should be released on his own recognizance, correct?
Yes, and I put him as a level 3 on the supervision.
And what's level 3 supervision? So everyone understands for Washington County, we have different things here.
Despite the massive scale of the allegations, the judge ultimately agreed to grant Jamie Knoll bail, but what seemed like a routine legal decision at the time would soon backfire in a major way.
Father, I'll accept your offer. Deliver his passport to you by tomorrow, and then you will surrender it to the court.
Excuse me.
The court here is closed tomorrow. He will surrender all firearms except one shotgun of his choice.
All your guns. All your guns.
Vehicle.
Your police ID.
Mr. Robertson, Washington County. I keep my shotgun double lock. Hear me? Along with the 45.
Whoo!
One shotgun.
Judge got some weapons, boy.
Maintain. I'll leave the state of Indiana without permission from the court of $75,000 in cash. Mr. Gold, this is a unique case. Mr. Wilder, I know you wanted to release without posting it in any bond, but it's a unique case. And don't like my decision. I'm happy for you to appeal it. It won't be the first time you appealed me, and I'm of course appeal you. Accept that challenge. So please, I think there's enough media attention, there's enough public eyes out there do anything stupid. Will be brought up for the attention of the court. So I implore you not to do anything stupid. Judge, if I may, could we bring the firearms to the court to be inventoried before we provide them to the state police? Because the vehicles that were returned to my client were damaged and the brake lines were cut in one of those vehicles. So we would prefer to have an inventory.
After delivering the ruling, the judge made one thing crystal clear, and this time there was absolutely no room for excuses, confusion, or misinterpretation.
Straight up.
One shotgun only. Trying to deceive me, you will not like the consequences.
Ooh.
In the judge's issue, return of all other items seized, we just take them in another hearing.
That means every single gun you own.
Now that everything's going to be unsealed, there'll be a lot of new things brought before the court that we'll address it.
Ooh. We going deep.
Anything else? Nothing else? Thank you all.
Although Knoll initially walked out of court on bail, his taste of freedom didn't last very long. After allegedly violating the judge's orders, investigators raided his home in March and reportedly uncovered a hidden collection of weapons.
What?
Throwing him right back into legal
What?
chaos. So when Knoll returned to court once again, the judge was visibly
No.
furious. This time there was no patience left, benefit of the doubt, and definitely no sympathy.
I
Ooh.
told you, don't do anything stupid.
Ah.
Do not try to deceive me, violate, not like the consequences.
Oh, he's mad. Oh. Oh.
You are not.
Whoa. Man, I thought he was going to break that desk. He is mad. You think he's mad, chat? Come on. Hit me up, chat. Is this man mad? Is he upset? Is he going to jail? Oh yeah, he going back to jail. He trying to hide his guns. Man, that man probably got so many guns. He probably. Oh my God.
The law.
Lord have
You
mercy.
don't interpret the law. You don't enforce the
Well,
law.
what? What? Tell him.
You're not above the law.
You sure ain't.
I find that you have
Yeah.
that you are in contempt of this court.
Content, baby.
Take it into custody.
Yeah.
No, that's enough.
Ah,
I'll find you guys in this.
you go to jail too, all y'all. Making all that noise.
Ironically, Jamie Noel once appeared on 60 Days In, a show all about exposing problems inside the justice system. But years later, he ended up sitting in court himself, and the judge made sure to point out just how far the former sheriff had fallen.
Now, what is an appropriate sanction? The question is, I can sentence him up to 180 days without trial, or I can sentence him to a day, or I can lose. You know what I think the answer is? 60 days in. That's what I think the answer is today. Now, Mr. Wilder.
60 days.
Or Mr. Boyle, I apologize.
That's it.
Before he is released, I'll take your suggestion. I want an independent individual to scour that household to determine that there's no further weapons. I find it
Yeah.
Turtle's original argument that he's trying to make that I sustain. An officer of the law, that every time I go into court, I hear, I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there. It really didn't. You've heard that a million times. You've heard it a million times, and yet you still take them into custody. Every officer
Yeah, he
in the
does.
world has heard, I didn't know it was there. It's my friends. I'm not buying it. It's your burden. It's your responsibility.
Right.
Today, the court will enforce that. Thank you.
Even after receiving
See
a
ya.
60-day sentence, Jamie Noel is still far from done with the legal system. The former sheriff is currently facing 31 felony charges, and if convicted, he could be looking at years behind bars. For a man who once held one of the most powerful positions in local law enforcement, the downfall has been massive, turning a longtime sheriff into yet another disgraced public official fighting to stay out of prison. This next sheriff spent years standing on one side of the courtroom until his own actions landed him on the other.
Are you going to stop wasting my time and everybody else's time this afternoon?
Ma'am, I'm not trying to waste your time.
The defendant in this case is not an ordinary citizen, but former Breckenridge County Sheriff Todd Pate. The former law enforcement official
Another
is facing
one.
multiple charges, including assault, second offense DUI, criminal mischief, and leaving the scene of an accident, placing him on the opposite side of the courtroom from where he once stood.
This time is it your desire to change your plea from not guilty to guilty?
Do I have to answer that yes or no, or can I make
What do
some
you
sort of a
think?
statement that's
That is a yes or no answer, sir.
What? These guys know the law.
will I have the opportunity to say anything further?
If it is your intention to change your plea from not guilty to guilty, certainly you'll have an opportunity to make any statement. But if it is not your intent to enter a guilty plea at this time, then I'm going to set your case for jury trial, and you're going to stop wasting my time and everybody else's time this afternoon.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to waste your time.
And is it your intention?
What
to
are you
enter a guilty
doing?
plea at this time?
Ain't that funny?
According to investigators, 4 people were injured in a crash allegedly caused by Todd Pate while he was behind the wheel. Authorities say he then fled the scene, and when he was later taken into
What?
custody, his blood alcohol level was reportedly nearly twice the legal limit.
Why am I wasting your
Mr.
time?
Chambers, what is the Commonwealth's position at this time, sir?
Your Honor, we would move to revoke the defendant's bond at this time.
Let's get back on the record and see if we can sort this out.
Yeah, revoke his bond, man.
What is Mr. Pate's decision with respect to his guilty pleas?
Lead, I'll just let him answer that question if it pleases the court.
All right. So, Mr. Pate,
Can I say a few things or?
um, uh, I need to understand what it is that we're
I would
doing
just
here
like for
today,
the
Mr.
court-
Pate.
Yes, I had every intention of coming in here today and.
Oh my God, man.
It's difficult for me to enter a guilty plea for a lot of reasons, and I don't want this court to think that I am trying to minimize any responsibility that I have.
Dude, what are
in
you
this
doing?
situation that occurred.
Controversy only intensified when Pate pushed back against the assault charge, arguing that it was added because of his position as sheriff and his refusal to accept the plea deal offered by prosecutors.
It's like I'm being very much bullied into doing something that's not right. I want this court
Oh,
to
yeah.
hold himself
You're the one
responsible for
drinking.
everything that he did. It's hard for me to lay down and plead to felony charges that don't apply.
Is it your intention today to enter this guilty plea?
And if I could address,
This is either a yes or no. Are you going to enter your plea or not?
yes, everybody thinks it's funny. Let me just plea and get it over with for everybody.
After receiving credit for time already served, Pate ultimately pleaded guilty and accepted a sentence of 75 days in county jail. If you thought the previous case was disturbing, what investigators uncovered on this one was on an entirely different level.
Face down. Also blood.
On April 9th, 2018, the courtroom was forced to confront a case so brutal it almost sounds unreal. Former Border Patrol Supervisor Ronald Burgos Aviles stood trial for the murders of Griselda Hernandez and their 1-year-old son, Dominic Alexander. And let's just say, this wasn't the kind of case
Wow.
anyone in that room was prepared to forget anytime soon.
Name for the record? Yes. Alberto Cortez Jr. How are you currently employed? With the city of Laredo as a police officer. How long have you been with the police department? 18 years. What type of duties do you have? I am currently a patrol officer. I work shift work. I patrol the streets for all of my 18 years as a patrolman. As part of working the streets.
18 years? That's all you did?
Emergency calls. Yes, sir. That is correct. Every type of any type of call. And are you a licensed police officer? Yes, sir. That is correct. Texas. Yes, sir.
So you never.
Your attention to April 9th, 2018. Remember that day? Yes, sir. Were you on duty that morning? That is correct. What time did you come on duty that morning? At 6 o'clock in the morning. What was going to be your shift? That morning, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Did you receive any calls on that morning? Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, jury, what type of call you received? That morning, more or less around 11:30 a.m., I received a call of a female down by Bristol and Riverbank Road, which is located in Mines Road, with lacerations to her head. While en route to that call, my dispatchers informed me that she was possibly deceased. And I asked you to show where you arrived and what you did when you arrived on the map. Yes, sir.
As the reporting officer, Officer Alberto Cortez was called to testify about the scene. Investigators walked into that day, and according to his testimony, it was absolutely horrifying. The kind of scene that leaves even seasoned officers struggling to process what they're looking at.
Yes, off of Bristol, yes. Off of Bristol. Identify Bristol. Yes, this is Bristol. If the map extends further, Mines Road is here, and it intersects with Bristol.
Man, this
Road.
guy.
Cypress is north on Mines, and west on Bristol Road. Yes, at the very end, there was a gate that was already open. Upon arrival, the ambulance, the City of Laredo paramedics, the ambulance was already parked outside. I parked, and I walked down to the trail. Contact with anybody. Yes, while on my way down, 2 paramedics were on the way up. And I asked them, more or less, where is everybody? They said, follow the dirt trail, and you'll see the body, and you see the US. Come to the contact Yes, yes, sir. So when I walked all the way down the trail, this part right here looks like an island. This is where BP units were stationed.
Wow.
4 to 5 United States Border Patrol agents were located here.
So he straight killed her brutally.
Lifeless female body was about right here. She was facing eastbound. And upon me being a police officer, secure the crime scene. He was bringing evidence if there was anything out of the ordinary.
Wow.
As I began to canvass the crime scene, in other words, I was walking around this grassy edge. There was one USBP agent, Agent Tennyson, already ahead of me. He was already south. I passed the female body. I did look at her. I observed she was barefooted, was face down, lots of blood around her upper middle torso on the dirt. And continuing my path southbound, I saw blood drops on the dirt.
What?
At this time,
Wow.
Agent Dennison said out loud, I found another body.
Another body?
Near Father McNagle Park along Bristol Road near the Rio Grande. And according to Officer Alberto's testimony, what officers found there was brutal.
You said that you saw a lot of blood. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Show you blood.
Wow.
Just the type of blood that you saw. That is correct, sir. You also said that there was, and you did walk on. Where were you walking? On the grass, where the grass and the dirt meet, right on that. Boundary. Yes. Not disturb the dirt. No, no, sir. Blood drops. So, that is correct.
Wow, man. So he killed two, his girl.
Yes, sir. That is what I saw. Vantage point.
And then just an,
Where USBP agents, they were north of where this blood was at. This is where the female body was at. So what direction are we looking at? South. Southbound. And you walk along which side here looking at this image? I walk on the right side, the east side.
wow.
The west side, I'm sorry. Walk on the west side, correct? Yes, where the cones are 2, 3 on that. Now those cones weren't there when you got there, correct? No, those markers were not. In fact, so it makes a difference. Were you the first officer that arrived? Yes, that is correct. You were the first official Laredo police officer to arrive? Yes. And this location falls within your jurisdiction? No. Each officer is assigned a certain area. I got dispatched to be there. First thing is seeing, obviously a crime scene, and secure the crime scene. What does that entail? To preserve as much evidence.
Wow.
Not to that anyone of unauthorized personnel.
I don't
try to destroy any.
I don't understand how
as officers
he was doing this.
I began to secure the crime scene around the Rev'S area. So you are the person that put the crime scene tape up that morning? Yes, that is correct.
The woman's body was barefoot, badly injured, and covered in blood from multiple lacerations to her head. Just when investigators thought the scene couldn't get any worse, Officer Cortez received a call from another officer who had stumbled upon something shocking, and judging by the testimony, that discovery changed the atmosphere of the entire case almost instantly.
You told the jury that you see that yes. Describe that there was a lot of blood. Yes. What was your impression of what had happened? Any person will see a lifeless, motionless body to come to the conclusion she was deceased. But at that time,
What's up?
how she was deceased. Are you making an assessment? No, she was pretty good. I want to.
Well, how does he know that?
Saw Agent Dennis. Okay. You were testifying that he was on the same west side of the brush where you were, right? That is correct.
What?
He also testified that he said that there was a body. That is correct. What happens at that point? What do you do at that point? Was ahead of me, southbound, when I heard him say, I found another body. I walked towards his direction, to his location. He was no longer on the dirt path.
What?
He was in the brush. And I am right there at the brush. Denison. I observed motionless little boy.
Oh
Things took
man.
a darker turn when Officer Cortez testified that his partner, Officer Dennison, discovered the body of a small child nearby.
Oh.
Later identified as 1-year-old Dominic, was found unresponsive on the ground. And honestly, it's hard to imagine a more tragic scene for responding officers to walk into.
Right. Of course. Little brown booties
Oh man, dude, what's up with this, bro?
that were covered in blood. Fresh.
So this other cop, his partner has to be involved, right? He's the one that actually probably did it. He's the one that's someone. Oh man, this is crazy, bro. They find one body, they find another body, then they find a kid. So it's what, 3 bodies or 2? Come on, Chad, help me out. I'm getting confused here.
And what caught more of my attention was the way the body was positioned, was placed. Wasn't thrown. It was placed. It's as if someone had. Yes.
What the?
Lots of blood around the neck area. Came down. I said again, blood.
Wow. What is that?
Yes, now I remember. Yes, sir. How close were you? Standing right over the body.
Lord have mercy, man. Oh. They need to shoot that dude, man.
No damage. The shirt is attached. Yes, sir.
Wow.
The baby you said was wearing jeans. Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord, Lord.
Yes. Had a large amount of blood on it. And what was the conditions of the jeans? Blood soaked jeans. You said that he was wearing. What was he wearing on his feet? Brown booties. Brown and white booties.
Oh, man. Terrible, man. It's sad, bro.
More intense when prosecutors introduced Dominic's clothing into evidence. Officer
I hate when
Cortez
kids are
verified
involved,
that the items
man.
matched exactly what the child was wearing at the scene. A moment of visible weight on the
What did you do after that? After you find the baby? At that point, I began to secure the crime scene with the crime scene yellow tape. Right before that, I did also locate off-white woman's shoe that was in the general vicinity from where I was standing. I began to do the crime scene tape in a way of path, knowing that investigators and other authorized personnel will be making their way down to this crime scene. So
Wow.
I formed a path with the crime scene tape. so they could follow when they arrived. And Agent Dennison was in front of you this whole time. He was with me. Yes, that's right. And you were with him when the shoe was found. Yes, sir. What else did you do that morning with respect to your duties? After the scene was secured, I told Agent Dennison if he could escort me back to my patrol unit, the very top of Bristol, if he was willing to provide a voluntary statement. And did you have the opportunity to hand out statements? Yes, to Agent Dennison. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, let me help, man. Let me.
He was, while we were back in my patrol unit where I keep my voluntary statements, my paperwork, something important was broadcasted over our radio. And let me stop. I'm sorry. When you said something was broadcasted over which radio are you talking about? My assigned portable unit.
It's what radio, bro?
Wearing that today? Yes. And that radio, you had it on that morning? Yes, sir. And is it audible? Yes. Loud? Yes, yes, sir.
What do you mean it's
That
audible?
morning I had it on my chest.
That's what it's for. Oh my God, man.
Well, it's broadcasted. Possible suspect, Burgos. That was broadcasted over my unit.
Boodles.
What was your reaction at that time? But when you heard Burgos, what did that mean? Did it mean anything at all? No, sir. Dennison was in close proximity where he could hear the broadcast on my radio.
Oh,
Did he have any reaction? He was appalled. How do you know? What was his demeanor? He was in shock.
Cortez told the jury that when Ronald Burgos' name surfaced during the investigation, Officer Dennison was close enough to hear the discussion. And based on Cortez's observations, Dennison's reaction seemed less like shock and more like quiet confirmation that the pieces were starting to add up.
Dennison is in front of him. He can testify as to what the agent's physical demeanor was when the broadcast came out. Well, sick of the demeanor, but nothing with regard to what he said. So.
wow.
The witness has been instructed. You understand? Yes. Thank you. Have you ready? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Get physical change in Agent Dennison. Yes, sir. What did you see? Was in shock.
The blood came out.
Without anything you may have said.
I'm caught.
The head jerking to the back. The typical of any person.
Guilty.
Shock.
Nah, guilty.
Movement of your head.
Anybody's guilty.
Eyes. Nodding of the head.
Come on, man.
Was shocked. Documents that. Yes, sir. What time did you arrive at the crime scene? By the time I was dispatched, not maybe 10 minutes. 10.
Chat, what do you think? What do you think, chat? This man guilty?
Sent out dispatch to us around 11:30 a.m. Must have arrived around 11:45 more or less. That is correct. Said that you began to secure the crime scene. Yes, sir. And crime scene had not been secured, correct? That is correct. There were many law enforcement officers, border patrol agents, and EMTs at the scene when you arrived, correct? The EMTs were already back on the way up on the trail. There were about 4 to 5 United States Border Patrol agents. So Mr. Borgo there at the scene as well.
You know, when I get this, they're investigating these 2 murders or 3 murders, whatever, and they think it's a cop or they know it's a cop. He's still there. They say it over the line, possible subject. Just take like you do us. At this time, we're taking you in. You're detained and you can't go anywhere. Take his butt, detain him, get him off the scene so where he can't mess with nothing, and start, pulling start making him uncomfortable. Stop treating him as a police officer and start treating him as a killer. Because the truth of the matter is, he was the one involved. They're guaranteed. He's involved. They know he's involved. Now they're just tiptoeing around it. Well, how do you feel? Well, what did he say? Man, come on, bring out the evidence, man. Bring out the guns. Tell them this is what we know. This is what you know. I mean, come on. They have tell us why these uh, cops bring out the evidence, man. They're not saying nothing right now. They spent 35 minutes talking about nothing. I'm a little disgusted with the interview. The lawyer, first of all, is not asking very good questions. He's not bringing out the goods. His job is to bring out some evidence. So, this